Right. Well, my name is Baron Jones. I am the communications director over at Level One Gaming. And this is one of our awesome writers and reviewers, Johnny Man.
Hello, welcome.
Hello.
Um, First off, I just want to say thank you for this opportunity. And thank you guys over at Shiro for making Wartales, at least the alpha demo so far. Um, I'm a big turn-based RPG fan. Everything from, the XComs on down.
Yep.
And this is something that scratches a lot of itches, and I don't want to fanboy too hard. But just oh, I'm sorry. You are
Yes, maybe it's going to be easier. So I'm Adrian. I'm basically handling marketing and publishing for Shiro Games.
all right. Is this your first game that you've worked on with them, or you've been with the company for a
Oh, no, no,
while?
no, 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 no. I joined just before the release in early access of Northgard. So it's been a while.
Oh,
Yeah.
okay. Man, that is so awesome.
At the
Um,
time, I was community manager, and then you know I took some more
nice.
responsibilities. So
There you go. Higher pay, put me up on the pay scale. But
yeah.
um, just first off, War Tales. What, just of course the general question. What inspired the team to make War Tales?
So what you need to know is that in our company there are like two co-founders, Nicolas and Sebastian, and they each tend to they have like both their own project on which they're working on simultaneously. And Wartales is the baby of Nicholas. He was a huge fan of medieval low fantasy, I would say, and like I don't mean I mean a lot of fantasy books, the first seasons of Game of Thrones before Magic took in.
Ah,
He like he started to work to write, sorry, War Tales in a more post-apocalyptic universe, and
mm,
the feel wasn't really there. So he switched the post-apo kind of setting to a more medieval. Um, but I would say, because I know a bit more about the game and what the story is going to be, the post-apocalyptic is still going to be there. The story is taking place just after a huge plague has destroyed everything and kind of transformed a lot of inhabitants into like weird people. But I don't want to spoil the story of the game, so
got it.
uh,
Got it.
you'll have to discover that for yourself. But yeah, in terms of inspiration, there are lots of different time periods that we got inspired by. The Black Plague, of course, the Crusades also, because there are a lot of fanatics and people you need to whether you actually you can do whatever you want. So you can ally with them and start controlling populations, or more like kill them.
That's actually something that's really intrigued me about this game is the options. And I'm gonna go ahead and let Johnny man because I can ramble.
Yeah, so when I was playing the demo, I noticed that the map, we are only able to explore a small portion,
Yep.
just in the alpha build, of course, but it just made me think, towards the release, how large do you think the map will end up being?
We estimate, if we do our job right, it should be for early access 20 times what's in the demo.
Oh my
So
gosh, that is a
Oh
large map.
God. Okay.
basically, like the demo is half of a region, and we tend to have 10 or 12 regions. So yeah,
That
That,
that's
that's
incredible.
yeah, yeah. That you'll have some time to spend on the game.
Uh,
And we already are working because each of the regions will have its own lore, and basically the player is not at the center of the world's story. He's not a savior. He's not going to save the world. The idea is for you to understand how things are moving into this game, and to get a bit more comprehension about understanding, I would say, about what's the play, how it started, what are like those strange creatures that you see at the end of the trailers, at the end of the trailer actually. So yeah, it's more about understanding the world, and we separated the story into main quests linked by region. So you're completely free to start the game by any region that you want, and
oh,
then you can like travel and just understand the world a little bit better.
Man,
whoa.
that sounds incredible. I can't wait. But are are these different regions going to be broken up into different biomes? I'm assuming. So
Yeah,
will perhaps be a bit more mountainous than like the
yeah, yeah.
lowland farmlands.
Right now we only have a couple of biomes, including the mountains and like really low farmlands, some hills in the demo, and we're gonna add like swamps. Um, but still, kind of in a European medieval setting. So there won't be any desert. There won't be any weird stuff. We'll keep go with what we want to do, meaning like the Black Forest, the yeah the swamp, plains, and different types of mountains, that kind of stuff.
Got it. That's funny. Johnny earlier mentioned that like the Germanic region um while we were playing the demo. With I have to ask, what made you guys go with the realistic like map world design? Because I've played games like this, not like this, but there's been games in the past where it's been more of like a flat map that you traverse and then an event takes place. Um,
So that's actually pretty. It was for us. It was more of if we didn't do a realistic design, the game would be completely different.
mm,
The ambience would be the atmosphere would be way more stylized, and the subject of the narration and the dialogues between the NPCs will be a lot less crude. That's what we want to do. We really want to put the player into a very, dark uh, and uh, depressing, I would say, medieval
mm,
ambience. It's up to you to if you wanna like make the world worse by being the worst mercenary that has existed and commit the worst atrocities. But you can also help people so that things seem to get a little bit better. But the realistic look really wanted what was really important for us, so that the player feels the poverty, the hunger, the war, the illness. uh, there will be devastated villages and refugees coming from one place to the other. It will be up to you to choose if you want to help the refugees, or if you want to ally with, I don't know, with a band of bandits, to organize kind of a pillage, so that everything that crosses the border between one region and in the other, you get a percentage of. So this liberty, this freedom for the player seemed to fit perfectly with a realistic look, because he would feel the consequences of his actions.
Yeah. You do you I can just say that you do an incredible job with portraying the mood of like that depressing feeling. Like I remember in the demo I stumbled across a farmstead where
Oh,
the
this one.
husband was infected or
Yeah.
you know he was dying and you know they're basically telling you to you know just put him out of his misery. But then afterwards if you choose to do that, you can rob the wife blind like by stealing from the chest upstairs. And I just am like, wow. Like I can definitely feel that this is not like a this is not one of those kind of games where it's feel good. Like you can really do some damage to the world. So I can definitely tell you that you're doing a fantastic job at portraying that kind of environment.
Thank you. Thank you. And to be honest, it means a lot because when the demo was released, so just before the Steam Festival in June,
There you go.
we,
That's what the
we
event's called.
only we only had our narrative designer for 2 weeks, so she did a wonderful job. That's really cool.
Wow.
Absolutely.
That was based on 2 weeks with the
Um,
wow.
what's in the demo? Yeah,
What? I'm sorry, that's amazing. Because the demo alone, because that's when actually we came across Wartales was during the festival.
yeah,
I went through looking for RPGs and Wartales popped up, seen a slight like, a little gameplay, and I was like, oh, for sure. Installed it, ran it, we even streamed it. It to know that just that what I've experienced was with 2 weeks with the narrative.
Eva, the narrative, not the rest of the game. We've been
Yeah,
developing
yeah,
the game
yeah. The
for 2 years.
narrative. Yeah, that's
Yeah,
still awesome because it's a
yeah,
like Johnny mentioned, it's a great feel. Like the not a great as in good, but it's awesome to have such a feel within the game.
yeah.
Even with coming across like the farmstead who was running away from the law, and you know going out and it just it's amazing.
Have you been trolled
Um,
by the beggar?
I'm sorry, one more time.
There's a beggar in the village that tries to troll you. Have you been trolled?
No, I haven't been trolled yet.
Okay, just
I
to know.
believe I have been.
Okay. Did you choose to catch him afterwards, or because like a lot of people have been robbed by this guy, and few of them have discovered that you could, because he steals a lot of things from you, and then you can find him back on the world map completely drunk, so you can kill him and recover what he stole from you.
This game is awesome.
That's
Yeah.
the kind of detail that we want to put a bit like almost everywhere.
I remember the gentleman captured the gentleman who was a prisoner in the castle, like the old fort, or
Yeah,
and you were able to break him out. Even in that, like now all of a sudden I'm harboring a fugitive, and we had to run around until our suspicion
level,
went
yeah, gets
down.
lower. Yeah.
And now and with the suspicion system, it it seriously it's so good. I love the fact that usually it's like a steal percentage, like, oh, you have a chance of getting away with it or getting or not getting away with it. It's pretty interesting that no, you're gonna get caught a little bit. Like your suspicion will go up regardless of what you do, but it's just a matter of is it worth it. Now, do you when you guys made the suspicion system, was it to promote the fact that you're going to have to commit some form of crime to survive?
So yes and no. So there's something that is still not in the demo because well, we didn't want to put everything in it, and we also didn't have the time. But based on the choices that are you're going to make, based on the activities that the player is going to do, the type of quest that you're going to achieve, and well, basically everything that the player is going to do is going to progress in different paths, and there will be a lot of various paths, and each of its decisions will influence one path or the other. For example, there will be the path of the thief, and there will be some ways to kind of progress in this path, and having a constant high suspicion level will be one of the way. um, so we added that's the same reason that we added, the discover. I really don't remember what's the name of this bar. It's the one below the suspicion level. When you discover something, there's you gain
Oh,
some
the
points
knowledge
that you
bar.
can. Yeah, this one. So that's also something you can progress in, and once you uh, go past certain levels, certain um, levels, you will get different abilities or bonuses, like the ability to walk faster on the world map, the ability to consume less ingredients when crafting armors or when cooking, and each of the path will basically give you a specialization, because you won't be able, to do everything, because you need to commit to a certain way of life. If you want to become a real thief, you will basically have to forget that there is a buying mechanic into this game, and that you just want to have two or three thief in your group, to so that the thief path will progress faster. That's also one way that we want to capitalize on, regarding the replayability, and the fact that people will like keep coming to the game, especially during early access, when we'll release new path and new ways of playing the game along the way.
Awesome. So that leads into something I was wondering, where, in these kind of games, the way you build your party can change very differently from game to game. So for like you were saying, you can have an entire band of thieves, or someone could do more combat focused with like knights and stuff like that. So in your opinion, or maybe just how you have been playing it yourself, do you have either a recommended party composition players should be looking towards, like a couple thieves, some archers, or would you say it's more fun, perhaps, to specialize into one specific thing?
I mean, a group full of thieves is going to be a bit difficult to make some to get to keep alive. Yeah, keep alive is is the best word for that. Because I don't know if you encountered some wolves in the
Hmm.
woods. They're they're pretty violent, and if you don't have armor, or if you don't have a shield, you're going to take really heavy damages. So that's I would I and I mean, it also depends on the number of mercenaries that you have at the point where you are in the game. Because if you have only four, I would say like one brute, one swordman with a shield, one thief, and one archer is kind of the basic stuff to do. It feels just um, simple, because it's balanced. It's everything. However, what you will be able to do is specialize in different kind of stuff. So you can definitely choose to have a poison group, and archers will have poison arrows. Of course, rangers will have poison daggers. They already are in the game, but there will be abilities for I don't know, like swordmen to have their shield how do you say that, painted with the poison paint, and there will be a probability that if an enemy attack you with a contact attack, you'll be able to poison them in return. So you can definitely choose like different configuration to make some abilities synergize between each other. And as you've seen, the fact that each weapon has or gives a different ability to the unit which is holding the said weapon. Um, you have basically an infinite way of building your group and trying new strategies. There will be like optimized stuff for certain bosses. Will be more weak against a certain type of weapons. I'm thinking about like if they can't be approached because it's going to be difficult to they have like I don't know, an area around them that can damage you, or maybe spikes because the floor is trapped in the dungeons they're in. You will have to change the equipment of your group so that you can have like more bows, throwing knives, throwing axes, the sort of weapon that will be in the game for early access.
Ooh. And you know what? Speaking on the early access, are well the systems that are in place now, and then versus the early access, this game is very layered. It's I know on my second like new playthrough, because my first one I just had no idea what I was doing outside of just
Yeah.
struggling through combat because this game is brutal. You guys take no mercy. Um,
That's
like,
actually the normal difficulty. There will be an easy difficulty, then the hard one that's already in the game, and then there will be the Iron Man mode, which is
whew.
basically insta kill. Well, if you die, you die. Your unit cannot be you cannot go to a previous save or that kind of stuff. So yeah, we wanted to let the player choose whether he wants to have a good a, a good and simple adventure or not. You will also be able to choose the level of difficulty of the combat separately from the level of difficulty of the survival aspect of the game. Meaning in hard, the money and the food that will be needed by your group will be higher than in easy mode.
See, and that's what I was gonna say. And I'm playing on normal. Um, it is fair. Like I don't find myself in, unless I put myself in an extreme situation, like trying to take down that bandit unit with a bunch of level 2 people. Um, like just ill prepared on my end. But what systems, because once again the game is layered, like you have the turn-based RPG, you have the camp management, you have the class system in terms of based on what like you have your blacksmith, your tinkerer, you know is there systems that didn't make the cut that you guys really wanted to be there, or that you can talk about?
That we had to remove, or
Yes,
that
that you
are
had to
going to
remove.
be that will be in early access.
Yeah,
Because
sure, we'll start with that.
no, I mean because there are tons of stuff that we wanted to do in the beginning. Yeah, that's just not the game as it is right now, and it's not possible to put them inside of the game. Like at the very beginning of the game design, actually, we wanted to have a lot of housing mechanics to create its own village that would become a city at some point, and then you can be a king. And but this is just not how the game works, and it's not the feel that we want to give to it. It may be for another game because the I guess the mechanic is pretty interesting, and it worked pretty well with the Mountain Blade series, but still. However, yeah, there are lots of different stuff that we want to add before, like for the early access release, and then for the full official release, including new jobs. Because right now you basically have forging, thieving, um, uh, like crafting stuff in the camp, mining, and we want to add the lumberjack, the like fishing, and they have a lot of different ideas. I don't exactly remember all of them. Right now, you only have like four different types of weapons. We want to put 10 in the game before the early access release. So to add more variety and more strategy to the combat. So each type of weapon giving new skills and a new way of dealing with the enemies. Um, yeah, no, there are a lot of things that we want to put in the game.
Yeah, so I don't know if this is something you have planned or not, but when I was, building my mercenary band and going around, either robbing people or going after bandits, is thinking that the something my mercenary band could use is a bit of customization. So, are there plans, at any point in the production cycle of, letting people have like personalized tabards that they can wear, or like banners that they can put down in camp, or stuff like that.
That's not planned for early access, but it was more something would be nice for the full release. So that might come during early access, along with a lot of different customization mechanics. Um, I don't think you'll be able to create your first group of mercenaries when joining the game for early access, but we would like to have a character creation sheet at the beginning of uh, of each game, so that you can start really with what you want to start with. What else? Yeah, a lot of more different armors, so that you have more variety in the way clothing works. In terms of chainmail armors, heavy, medium, leather. There's gonna be tons of things, and you can already change the names of your group. Even you can even change the name of the pony. That's not everybody noticed that, but yeah, customization is definitely something we want to do.
Beautiful.
And
And then,
and
oh, sorry.
you've seen that you can already build stuff in your camp. Yeah, you can put tents, cooking pots, that kind of stuff. We want to add the possibility of putting trophies of the bosses that you killed, and those trophies would bring joy to the group, as if you give them some alcohol or that kind of stuff.
Nice.
That does sound cool. I'd like to, be able to show off that I defeated the Bandit King.
Yeah, but this is like the first little boss. It's pretty. The ones who are coming next are a bit tougher.
Of course, I enjoy a challenge, so I can't wait for that. But I'm sorry if I cut you off there, Baron. But something
No,
I
go
just
ahead.
wanted to tack on real quick is with regards to customizing stuff, and the way the game looks. Something that I noticed whilst playing, uh, I would say that it's probably not the most major thing in the world, but I have color blindness, and when I enter combat,
Yeah.
it
Okay. So I'm stopping you right there. Me too. I already did the remark. It's really difficult to differentiate your units from the enemy units.
I'm okay. Good. I'm glad I'm not alone on that.
No,
So
no, you're not.
I'm guessing with that in mind, is there a way that, maybe make that easier? Because my recommendation, or what I was thinking, is just having like a little circle around the character's feet, rather, of
Yeah, yeah,
like,
no,
the
definitely.
color.
That's planned. It's something that we're going to put for early access.
Beautiful.
We had the same problem with the colors of the different clans in Northgard, and I had issues to differentiate. But at least there's one colorblind in the team, so don't worry, it's going to be addressed.
Okay, thank you
Awesome.
so much.
Awesome. You know what else? There was something else I wanted to add. Well, when do you guys have a date for the early access?
So we are working really, really hard to make what we planned work. So the end of 2021, but I feel like it's going to be the real end of 2021. So in December 2021, because
Okay.
there's a lot of stuff to do before launch. But we'll start gathering players just after PAX. We'll create, there's a new functionality on Steam that allow you to put playtests, and each time you want to have feedback on a certain feature, you can invite 100, 200, 300 people who have subscribed to the playtest. to join and try the game to its like newest development level. So we're going to start gathering like as many volunteers for playtesting as possible, and we'll do that just after PAX with the first playtest starting in September.
That,
Awesome.
that's awesome.
Now, is that open to anybody?
Oh yeah, yeah, you just need to have a Steam account.
Oh, okay. Not you know, not saying we're gonna be part of that, but we may be part
I
of
mean,
that. No.
well, the thing is, if we have like 10,000 people subscribed and we only need 100, like the Steam algorithm is going to choose 100 people randomly. But then, if you're not chosen, you just send an email to Ray. He's going to send an email to me, and then I'll give you access to the playtest.
Adrian's the
Gosh.
guy. You know what? I know we're hitting around that 30-minute marker. I just really want to say that so far this game is a lot of fun. As somebody who plays a lot of different, tactical turn-based RPGs, a lot of RPGs in general. Um, the simple like mini games within crafting.
Yeah.
That is so awesome because now is there going to be more mini games such
Oh
as
yeah.
like with blacksmithing and
And to be honest, we weren't sure that players would like this mechanic, and like the feedback was amazing on that. So we're going to add fishing mini games, wood cutting mini games. So yeah, we're going to add a lot of stuff because like the feedback has been weirdly enthusiastic on this. It's actually taken directly from what we did with Evoland, so it's the same piece of code.
awesome.
Oh
Oh,
yeah.
that's actually another thing that caught my attention. I was looking over your guys' website, over Shiro Games' website, and you guys build all your tools like
Yeah, yeah.
from the ground up,
Yeah,
like that.
it's our engine. The language is made internally. It's called PAX. You can check it out on the internet. Yeah, everything is done in house, which is like really, 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 really useful if you want to have a precise tool or a precise mechanic or a precise physics system. It's like really useful for this kind of thing. It takes a bit more time to create, of course, because it's not something you can just download. But we can manipulate it in any way we want. So that's something that's really interesting.
Johnny, do you have any more questions?
Yeah, I have one more thing I can slip here. Is obviously Northgard, Evoland, the incredible games. So I just gotta ask, any little Easter eggs you're gonna throw throughout Wartales? Call like little I don't know, like a Viking hat or something.
Oh yeah, yeah, of course.
Ah,
No, definitely. That's
beautiful.
we love Easter eggs. So yeah,
Because I can
it's
already
definitely
see the
tons of them.
community searching for them now.
No, we didn't want to start putting them in the demo. There might be some references, but nothing too obvious. But yeah, yeah, we want to do this sort of thing,
Can't wait to go looking.
Now,
especially considering the fact that like the Northgard things could take place at the same time that as the Wartales thing. It it's around the same age, so that could work.
Oh
that
yeah,
is
I could
true.
definitely see that.
I know you mentioned that there's not going to be any major kingdom building or along those lines. It will there be any set camps? Like, will you be able to take hold of an outpost or something like that within Wartales? Is that something that's planned for the future?
No, not really. Your home is your campsite.
Okay,
You are going to be able to customize it whether you want, and it's going to be interesting because whenever you change biome, it's going to change of ambience and the kind of stuff. So that's it. That is going to be interesting. But no, you won't have something to defend or a house, or it's not planned.
Okay. Okay. Oh, you know what? I know that I feel like I'm taking Johnny's question because he brought it up earlier, before we get out of here, because I feel like we can hold you hostage and talk all day.
Okay.
Um um Reoccurring quest in terms of like bounty hunting. Will there be more? Will there be like fishing quests? Like, hey, we need to catch a certain. We need you to catch so many carps. Um, will there be constant recurring quests like that, or will you hit a point where you'll run out of bounties within a certain town?
No, you can never run out of bounties. There will be randomly generated bounties, so that it's always there. And however, in each region there will be like kind of main quests, but we don't really want to have like kill 11 bandits or just get rid of those guys. We want to add a little bit of narration to each important quest. So I don't think they're going to have to be there's going to be like a fishing quest, or I'm not sure. I can't say for sure because I haven't talked to them since last week, and maybe they've decided to to add that at the last moment. But yeah, I don't think so though.
Got it.
Let me just say though, as someone who's playing the game and hearing about how, you could potentially side with bandits, like a bounty hunting equivalent, like a bandit leader or something saying, "Hey, why don't you go hit this merchant caravan for us?" I think that'd be pretty cool.
Oh no, that's planned, but that's not the same
Oh,
thing.
oh, see, there you go.
There's a story, and that's cool. I mean, stories are awesome, and if it's immoral, dark, and like bloody story, that's even better for us.
See,
Absolutely.
this is so awesome. Um, Once again, I, on behalf of Level One Gaming, I just really want to say thank you, Adrian, for your time.
Of course.
Absolutely.
Um, this has been an awesome experience, and I'm really enjoying the Wartales demo, and I'm looking forward to the early access and the full release. Take your guys' time with it. We
Yeah,
Because
sure.
I can only imagine what the final release is gonna look like. Johnny,
We
you
we
got any
don't want to
final?
rush. We don't want to rush anything. So if we need a bit more time to make the perfect game, we'll take it.
Absolutely. Like, there are other games out there who I don't think need mentioned where they were released a little bit early and as a result, suffered. So absolutely, I'm in favor of letting the company developers just take their time, release it when
Yeah,
they're ready.
yeah,
So, more power to you. Do not feel the rush.
definitely. No, that I agree with that.
Um, ooh, I know I keep doing this. One final question, and I'll absolutely leave you alone. Is this planning on being on outside of PC? Are we gonna get console? Are we looking at console, Switch?
Not for launch. So we plan
Okay.
for doing a PC only launch. However, the controls are pretty compliant with a controller, and we're going to test during early access how the controller capacity works with the player. If it's good, yeah, we'll think about putting that on consoles.
Well, that's my final question. Thank you so much for your time,
Thank you.
and this has been an awesome experience. Looking
All
forward
right.
to War Tales.
Thank you, guys.
Absolutely.
Have a good day. Bye bye.
All right,
Thank you.
bye.
Take care.